Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dan Hussey from ALGODayTrader.com bringing you our NYSE session recap for August 29th, 2013. Let's begin with the S&P 500. We have come up and off of a 4-hour full halfway back long drawn from our summertime lows of a 1553 anchor to 1705 highs. This 50% level has traded and held support so far. We have gotten reactions to the technical first targets once, and we are looking for a move into that 1647s for the second time, technically getting free. Moving down to a 15-minute chart, we're looking at a full, having traded up into a full short off of our highs. It has not filled yet at a 1646. The market pulled back today into a full long at the 1634.75s. We held a series of shorts, and we'll look at them on the micros now, into this low. Today we were able to identify extensions that went into new extensions that traded once, twice, failed, traded a full short off the high, and ambush short 2 targets. Those targets also happen to fill the full long, and here at 1434 also happened to be when we made our low in the tick for the day. So we had a low in the tick for the day with a low into the full long off of lows. Next in the series, short has gotten participation, and we find ourselves in the micro time frame bouncing between the full long and the full short. The long was able to rally up into its 38.2 line, which is its technical get free, right? We have the distance between 6-2-8 lines where the stops reside and the 38.2 happens to be the same, so we look for that bounce to that height to take half the position off and get free. Nevertheless, longs have gotten their reaction now off of both, and this is important, both the full long at the 1629s as well as at the 1634.75s. So we'll see what they can do. There is a micro short against them here, but there's a very high probability of the market traveling at least up to the 1646s to give a good test of the short off of our prior highs, which also, interestingly enough, happened to be a full short off of our 1705 highs so far. Okay, we have not seen this type of full short hold against a long since 2008, so this is important. Important to note that. And when I say against the long, I mean an actual traditional pullback for the year, or at least for our summer session here, which has been the majority of our range for the year. We closed the day with bullish divergence as well, and ultimately have held key support levels. The dollar-yen, from an hourly standpoint, we continue in sideways price action, and it's almost worthless to look at this chart on anything less than a 4-hour time frame. We are simply consolidating. While we are holding one full short, we are coming up off of a 94 level that we were able to reverse engineer as a daily long. Unfortunately, this this market is relatively untradeable outside of micros. Our 15-minute short that we looked to take last night didn't get free. Got steamrolled, it looks like. And going down to a micro time frame, just of today's price action, we were able to reverse engineer extensions that are holding, drawn from the highs at 97.90 to highs. They held once, 6-2-8 lines once, same anchor new high here, are holding support, and we have upside targets at the 98.70s. So that means we're very likely going to get a retest of this 4-hour extension short, and maybe it'll be third time's the charm to break it. We would need to see a run to the 99.40s, however, to solidly break both trend line as well as our 4-hour short. But virtually untradeable inside of this range. The euro yen remains flagging in a short against a 4-hour long. Absolutely nothing has changed over the last 48 hours for the euro yen. So no sense talking about it anymore. It's just straight sideways on lows, which is certainly not bullish. The Aussie yen has rallied up into a very interesting full short off of our swing from the 89.44s. This isn't a level I would normally look at. However, we're seeing it get a reaction twice now, and we can't deny that there's obviously something there. We know that there is a congestion zone that exists at these levels that was prior prior lows. Prior lows broken as support, now potentially being tested as resistance here. Other than that, also relatively untradeable. And on a larger time frame, it's very much been just a sideways, choppy, slow, losing downside momentum market. Again, we have not traded up into our big next in the series 4-hour extension short, which resides at the try to highlight it here. There we go, at the 91.24s. So I do believe eventually that's going to trade and get tested. It's just a matter of time. But for right now, it seems relatively untradeable in a sense that the level it's holding right now doesn't give me very good indication of downside trend occurring. Having to force and reverse engineer these levels like this, it's very reminiscent of a market that's going to go sideways now for an extended period, as it has been, moderately down to sideways. Gold has been flagging. There's actually technically a series of shorts here that it's been flagging inside of. A full short off the high remains valid in gold, and that would be up at the 1418s now. Gold is looking to pull back into a 1390 area, and if we go below 1380s, we're looking for 1305 to 1300 support in the full daily, full 4-hour pullback ambush long. That would take us in the direction of the full daily 50% short at the 1551s. So not much has changed actually since yesterday, but we are looking for us to come down into that support level as it has. The pound, pretty choppy price action today. We pulled into a full short off of our Globex high, and we have also retested the Globex long. So both sides getting a reaction here, and we have a range market until one side breaks. So it's going to be whoever gives first is going to get that run towards the larger hourly levels that haven't filled yet. Okay, so we're seeing both sides of the market get participation, and if the 55.29s break, we're going to look for the run to the 55.73s to test that resistance level, and if we break the 54.80s, we'll see a run down to the 54.10s. It's not rocket science here, but it is a slow and congested market in the near term, with both sides getting reactions, which is better than no side getting a reaction. The euro, I actually just put out a sell order for the 32.60s. Let's go over the euro 4-hour chart here. From a 4-hour perspective, we're looking for the euro to pull back into the 131 area. We have had a full long, traded 2 targets next in the series. I had a front run potentially traded again in a front run, and we're looking for a move into at least 32 for support as for a retest of this level before going higher. Going down to a 15-minute chart, however, we can take a look at what the euro did off of its highs, and this is important. We had a full short hold to target. We had a next in the series trade. Next in the series broke to and through targets. Then we started extensions. The extensions traded once, twice in a front run, 3 times in a bigger front run, and now same anchor new low. We're looking for the extensions to continue and to take us lower. Above a 32.80, we're looking for the full halfway back short, which resides at a 31.58 now, or 33.15. Excuse me, I can't read today. So at 33.15. This extension short is drawn from the lows at a 33. It's drawn from the 33.06 lows to today's low, and has a 32.63 entry. We're selling the 132.60s, a stop above 132.75, and downside targets of 132 even. So a nice little risk 15 pips for 60 pips scalp, intraday scalp trade here. If we do go below the 32.20s, I'm going to obviously cancel orders, but otherwise, good risk reward here for continuation of the 15-minute trend, which is really all we have been able to identify on the euro as working. So with that being said, we've seen the 15-minute trends be good and tradable, but the larger trends are really haven't given much of an entry here over the last couple months. But coming out of the summer, I want to start by working into the market in the smaller time frames and more kind of intraday scalps, and then wait for those better swings to appear, which there really aren't any at this time. The Aussie US dollar, definitely in shorts here, pulled into the full short. It's heading down to the 88.60 targets like we've talked about. Pulled into another ambush short at the 89.83s. Everything's getting a little bit of a front run, between 4 to 6 pips, which is actually good and healthy to see. That's very typical of a trending market. And even today, going down to a 5-minute chart, we broke the long, pulled into a short, and have downside targets and multiple. Just drop every short you can, and every single one is holding and working. So very good to see. And finally, the Euro Aussie, another market we've been covering. Basically, we're in 15-minute shorts pulling back into hourly long setups. So from an hourly perspective, we're looking for support down at the 47.38s. I see the potential here for the Globex time frame having held a short already with downside targets below us. I'm ultimately interested in seeing what happens at going to a 15.03 highs to the low here, seeing what happens at a full halfway back short, as that would take us. You can see how the targets align with where the long is. So we'll see what happens in the overnight session, but there is a valid full short off the highs on the Euro Aussie in the direction of taking us down to either the 47s, or potentially down into one of our a retest of the 44 swing, or down to the fresh 141 swing, which is where the daily excuse me, not daily, which is where the daily extension long is. So all right, everybody. So, as a reminder, we will be closed on Monday in observation of Memorial Day for the United States banking holiday. Tonight, we're not going to have. We'll be closed. The London session will actually be closed through Tuesday now. So the next London session will be Tuesday, August. Is that the 3rd, 2nd, or 3rd? The 3rd. So Tuesday, August 3rd will be the next London session. We'll have a NYSE session tomorrow. It's probably going to be light. Might be a short session and close midday, just because very likely and more than likely we won't see much price action tomorrow, going into a holiday weekend. And this is kind of the last big holiday before we officially end summer and go into September trading. And I'm excited it's here, because I am so sick of this summer. This has been one of the worst summers for trading in a long time. All right, everybody. We're going to also extend the complimentary week through next week, and we will be we're rolling out a couple new promotional things. There will be a potential change in. I'm sorry, not a change, but we'll be adding a referral program. So you get the opportunities to refer current clients will get the opportunities to refer clients and get paid for doing so. And with that being said, everybody, stay tuned, because there will be some changes in the upcoming week that I think everybody will really enjoy. So have a great day, everybody, and we'll be back with you as price action develops.